Hello, my food service friends. It's Jason Wayne here in Denver, Colorado, 12-year food service professional and certified trainer in the success principles, coming to you with your power plant positivity tip number 31, commit to constant and never-ending improvement. You know, I've talked to so many friends in the last few weeks, and they seem to fall on either end of a particular spectrum. And that spectrum is how bored they are or how engaged they are right now. You know, there are so many people out there that just tell me, man, I'm bored. I don't know what to do with my time right now. There's only so many cookies I can make, or there's only so much things I can do in the lawn to make it green. And then I talk to people on the other side of the spectrum who are like, man, I am living my best life right now. I'm taking a class to learn something I always wanted. I'm learning how to play the piano or guitar. I'm working on a new hobby to cultivate. And they've just committed to this learning and this growth, and they're having a blast with it. You know, one of the greatest things you can do for yourself is cultivate a love of learning. So much of joy in life comes from knowing that you will frankly never be bored, that there's always ways to improve what you're doing in your life to be more efficient or find more joy or more fulfillment in it, or create entirely new skills and traits and hobbies or habits that bring more fulfillment to your life. You know, when you love learning, you truly are never bored. Now, I want to introduce you to a term. It's called Kaizen. It's a Japanese term that stands for change for the better or continuous improvement. It was introduced back in the 1980s by the Toyota company, the car company. And what they would have their people do is they would say, hey, we want you to find efficiencies here. We want you to tell us ways that our cars can feel more comfortable or look better or be quieter on the inside. And they were always looking for ways to improve what they were doing. It's probably one of the reasons why they have a really well-known track record for cars holding up, and people buy a fair amount of them. There was also a greater culture that was created because they were committed to helping grow the company anytime someone find an efficiency. You know, in my old company, in our rep firm, we represented a company called Hollowick. And years ago, I was up at their plant in Manlius, New York, and we were doing a tour with the owner. And he was walking us around their plant, and he showed all the different things they did. And he said, we do weekly or every other week, our people will come to us and point out efficiencies we can make, ways that we can be more smart with our time, that we can increase profits. And my commitment to our people is that for every efficiency they find, that I'm not going to let anyone go. The only reason someone doesn't work here is if they don't fit into the culture or they're not doing their job anymore. But I will never remove a job because we found an efficiency. If we do, and we can do with a new technology or efficiency, and we reduce 2 jobs, I will find new roles for those people or a new division to create, whatever it is. And so it created this culture of trust where people wanted to help. They wanted to help increase profits, knowing that they would still have a job there. And now Kaizen can be used in your own personal life to find ways to grow as a human. It can be used in relationships, physically. It can be used in your company to improve culture, to improve your products, to improve relationships with customers. There's an endless amount of ways that we can always be improving. And here's one of the things I want you to think about. I want you to think of changes that you're making in your business or your personal life. Make small ones. Don't bite off more you can chew. There's so much power in making small incremental changes in your life. There's a book by a guy named Jeff Olson called The Slight Edge, and he talks about the power of making teeny steps, teeny change in your life, the power of just doing 20 push-ups every day over and over, or 20 minutes a day reading a book if you haven't done that, or reducing something unhealthy in your life. For example, if you cut out diet soda, if you drink a diet soda a day, and for a year you cut that out and replaced it with a glass of water, you would drink almost 40 gallons of additional water in that year. You would reduce your calories by 50,000, which is the equivalent of 22 days of fasting. And not to mention, you'd probably save about $500. So make your steps small. It's like saving anything in life. Small things really add up over time. Now, one of the things I want you to recognize, there's a balance between being committed to growth and also being present and being good with who you are right now. There's beauty and joy in being able to know that you are good and whole just as you are, but also having an opportunity to improve things and create your increased joy and fulfillment, or knowing that you've got a great business now and you've got good relationships and a good product, but also recognizing that there's ways we can improve and we can serve in better ways and we can create products that are more durable or advantageous to our customer base. There's balance and fun in both of those things. So as you look for opportunities in your own life to either increase joy, to grow, constantly improve, here's a couple things I want you to think about. Number one, what aspects of your life can be improved? Or you're in your business. Are there efficiencies at work? Are there relationships with family or friends that you can improve upon? Is it work culture? Is it your physical health? What can be improved and changed? Second, I want you to define what you want them to look like. Remember, we always start with the ending. We start with the outcome first. What do you want that aspect of your work to look like? How do you want it to feel? How do you want to feel when if it's your physical body and being healthier, how do you want to feel at the end result of making changes? And then third, write down a few small things you can do that incrementally over time will really add up to big results in your life. Write down a few of those things. And maybe it's in terms of your physical body, relationships, personal growth, your work or career, whatever it is. Just write down a few things and get started on some of those small things now. Remember, we're committed to supporting one another. You've got this. We've certainly got it together. Have a great day.